Sister Mary, MJ.
Yes.
You prefer to be called MJ?
Yes.
Okay, let me shut up and you introduce yourself to everybody. Let everybody know who you are.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Columbus Finest.
Columbus Finest. Stand up. Let everybody see you, man. Everybody see you, man.
Yes. Miss Columbus Finest.
Okay, definitely.
Out here.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How you doing, man?
Oh, great. Yes, great. I mean, for the moment, I'm great, but,
I want to ask you, before we get started, somebody was calling. I hate that. First of all, you was brought up in a two-parent home?
No.
Okay. Who raised you?
Foster care.
Foster care raised you?
Yes, foster care raised me. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, foster care raised me.
All right.
Mom and dad, they was in the system, addicted to drugs. So, children's service stepped in, I think at the age of 7. And yeah, I was there till 18.
Okay. But something skipped you. They got you and something skipped you. You skipped those streets.
Yes, I did.
You know what I mean? That born addicted stuff, and they say that we follow. That's BS.
After seeing my parents, even at a young age, I knew something was up with that. And then after being in the streets and seeing that, and when I started having children, I vowed that I would never, go that way.
Right.
So I think with certain people, some people they give in and they stay in that lifestyle because that's all they know. And then some people just want to do better and change and take another route. So
the streets taught you early.
Yeah, that's why I say that.
You know the sweet thing about that, man? It gave you also awareness.
Yeah.
Because you smell bullshit.
Yeah.
You see it coming. And one thing that I do admire about you, Mary, is that, you do smell bullshit when it comes to people, neighbors, friends, etc.
Yeah.
Even guys that you may encounter.
Yeah.
I like that you take your experiences, man, and you turn them around.
Yeah, I think that also boils down to me being an Aries. I'm big on astronomy.
My bad. I might have gave her props too fast. You're Aries.
I'm an Aries, yeah. So we kind of can smell bullshit. We know when a bullshit.
That's cool. I dig y'all. I'm a Taurus. We right next to y'all.
Yeah. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm big on astronomy. So yeah, I got all.
Are you really?
I got all my kids tattooed on me.
You might be to teach me something because I'm not that big on it, but I believe it.
Yeah. All their signs are tattooed on me, all my children. So yeah, I'm big on that. But
I believe it. You know your compatible sign too?
Oh yeah. I know all of them, and who not to,
Name one.
Cancer.
You are compatible to Cancer? Were you with a Cancer?
Huh?
Were you with a Cancer?
Yeah. Actually, I have 3 cancers. My children. I have 3 cancers, but yeah, one of my exes was a Cancer. Well, he is a Cancer.
How was that? How long was that?
15 years.
15?
Yep, 15 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
So your short relationships was with people who weren't part of your connection?
I have a short relationship too, but I can say I've probably been in love twice, and one was like 20 years and one was about 15 years. So, and the second one was Aquarius and Cancer. Yeah.
I asked you that because I want to know the truth. I mean, I don't know much about astrology.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look into it, and the points that they give, like if you Google it, you may see some similarities if you know more than one, like Cancer. You'll see the similarities. So that's how I just kind of go off of it, but I don't live by that. Like, he's a Scorpio, I can't fuck with him. Right? Like, no.
Right.
Everybody has their own. But
so, what do you go off of? Do you go off? Are you familiar with love languages?
Yeah, I go off of real life shit.
How they move.
Yeah, how your actions speak louder than words. So I always go off of real life shit. But like I said, that's just for people that's into that astronomy stuff.
It ain't nothing that you bring up. I think, I used to think that when people bring up astrology, it kind of ran me away. Yeah. Because it was something
right now it's like a trending thing. So people like, that's who I am. I'm Aries. So hey, shout out to the Capricorns and it's Libra season. And yeah, it's kind of like a trending thing right now. But I've been into it for a long time, and it goes bigger than just the signs. It's about the stars and the cosmic and everything like that, the universe.
So outside of astrology, what does Mary trust in people? Outside of astrology.
I trust that people are going to be who they are. Like I said,
when they show you who they are, believe them.
Actions speak louder than words. You ain't got to tell me twice. Sometimes I will ignore the red flags. Because I always want to see the better in people. But if it's
some people can't ignore it, and that sucks.
yeah, if it's not benefiting me or if it's not really concerning me, I don't try to focus on what anybody else is doing, unless it's gonna affect me. Like, you know, I don't try to focus on what everybody else is doing, but yeah.
Because a lot of people do carry around with the red flags. I speak to, you know, I got 9 daughters.
Yeah.
But I also speak to a lot of young women because I'm a life coach.
Yeah.
And I tell them, don't get caught up on the exterior, man.
Yeah.
Most people do get caught up on the exterior and end up excusing the real fucked up parts about him.
Yeah.
You get with him in 6 months, you're so caught up with him, and now then you learn he can't read. You like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you like, man, really, the PlayStation all day?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you touched me this way, but you don't know more? I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So I know that you got some things that you look for in people.
Yeah.
And I also know that you've been through some things and you've gotten through it. And I want you to talk really to the young girls, man, because to me, you're a strong success story of been through the storm, been through the sprinkle, came out dry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I'm still fighting every
you're still
day.
fighting.
Yeah.
And that's where they listen to. They listen to the ones that are still in the trenches.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you feel like you're 10 steps ahead, you feel like 10 steps back. It's always a fight, especially if you're like a chosen one. Like, if you want to God's people and you chosen, you're going to go through the most toughest fights, the toughest battles. So yeah, I just look at life like that now after seeing everything and knowing that it's not always about the physical. It's a spiritual thing going on. It's a spiritual war going on.
About the engine.
And yeah, people aren't who they really say they are. Like, you know, you see them in the physical form, but people have demonic energies and entities on them, and some people don't even know why they hate you, or they don't even know why they mad, or, you know, they're just walking around lost souls. But getting into my story, I ran across a few people like that, and you know, it was me being a single mom. I'm a single mom of 7. 2 of my oldest daughters, they're already grown and out the house, so I still have 5 little ones at home. And when my 2 oldest ones were going to college, you know, we wanted to downsize, so I ended up finding an apartment through my mother, her situation, leaving a Y. You know, they issued vouchers out to my mother, you know, people that was in a Y, and I ended up just taking her over there one day, and the guy was like, hey, we got some apartments available, and I'm like, hey, you know, let me check it out. You know, I need to downsize. My 2 oldest daughters, like I said, they was leaving the house. So I'm like, okay, I could downsize, get the same square feet for damn near twice as what I was paying for when I had all my kids. So it was a government funded building. I will say that it's owned and operated by Woda Cooper Company. I do want to put their name out there.
Yeah, talk about it.
This story is about them. Woda Cooper Company is a government affordable housing, apartment landlord, real estate, right here in Columbus, Ohio. They're located on Front Street, I will say that, but they have properties all around Columbus. So this was my first time in a government building. So like I said, I was taking my mom up there, and they had an upcoming apartment building that was new over on Jenkins Avenue, South High Street. It's called the Jenkins Loft. So, like I said, my mother and I, we went in there, applied. We moved in March 2022, and the apartment, which wasn't to my knowledge, that it was a lot of women from the shelter. Right. A lot of women that came from the shelter, you know, had drug cases.
They had all walks over there.
Yeah, children's service caseworkers. Not to my knowledge, I didn't know that's what the building was. Guys they shouldn't
have over there.
Yeah, the building was mainly for women that came out the shelter. And like I said, I was just a mother trying to downsize and found a cheaper option and thought I could go there and stay a couple years and save home for a deposit for a home. That was my initial plan. But you know, once we got over there, we realized what kind of people we was in the apartment with, and my brother actually ended up getting an apartment there. My oldest daughter, she has a voucher. She moved in. My mother moved in, and myself. So we all had our own apartments in this building. And again, the apartment was full of women.
Okay.
So my brother came over there, you know.
All different ages, right?
Yeah, it was different ages, different ranges, from 20-year-olds to 50-year-olds.
Right.
And but when my brother moved in, one of the females tried to befriend him, and he was just coming from a situation where he was trying to get custody of his kids.
And your brother's younger than you.
Yeah, my baby brother. And
right.
He was trying to start all over, so this was a fresh start from him. He was still going through with his baby mom, still deeply in love with her, I will say that. So when he came to Columbus, his intentions was just to get custody and try to get the new life started here in Columbus. But one of the females did befriend him, and when she got rejected, I will try to keep it short. When she got rejected, the bitch went crazy.
She went crazy. Go ahead.
So after the girl got rejected, my brother rejected this girl.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna say no names because I don't want these bitches to.
That's cool.
Get any hype off of me because that's
cool.
all they've been.
We ain't gonna do that. We don't do no name dropping anyway.
They try to get the energy, try to be relevant, but.
Okay.
So after he rejected her, she began the stalking.
Mm-hmm.
Was stalking him. She started making up lies throughout the community, saying that my brother was stalking her, and
were they the same age?
Yes, yeah, they were like I think probably maybe a year or two different.
Okay.
But yeah, she went about the whole community, defaming our characters, spreading lies, had people thinking that we were stalking her and harassing her. She went out and obtained ex parte on my brother.
So how did y'all get involved?
Because it was my brother. So
okay, so that opened that door up in itself.
She realized after she couldn't get him to do what she wanted him to do, she started attacking my mother, my daughter, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
She was able to get an ex parte on my brother and lied with no evidence, claimed that she was in a relationship with him. They was in no relationship and had no ties. She went down to the Franklin County court system and was able to lie to them with no evidence and got an ex parte on my brother.
Wow.
And he didn't want to. He was.
So they let that fly. Did they hear both parties' side?
No, they didn't. They just issued out ex parte, which is like a temporary protection order. I will say that it's a temporary protection order. So when they issue that temporary protection order, they set a court date, and the offender, which is my brother, or the defendant and the plaintiff, he has to walk on eggshells down there to that court date and not violate anything on the ex parte, like video or stalking or anything that the victim claimed that he was doing.
Okay.
So once they get the court date, he goes in and then shows his evidence, and they'll hear his side. But until that court date, he's damn near walking on the eggshell. So
does he have evidence and all that? He
yes,
ready?
He did. So when she got the ex parte, the court date wasn't until like 2 months later. So for 2 months, we had to walk on eggshells. The woman, she falsely was calling the police on my brother. So when this came to my attention, that's why I said she started to come and try to attack. I tried to have a conversation with her one day, woman-to-woman conversation. I said she went on explaining that, I did this for him and I did that. I said, you did all that, spending your money, whatever she said she claimed she bought him, spending your money trying to get a man's attention, try to buy a man when a man don't want you. It was obvious he didn't want you. Yeah. So I'm like, why are you mad if he's rejecting you and you went out and blew your money on a man that didn't want you? So
well, they spent a lot of time together?
No, they didn't. They just, she smoked cigarettes, he smoked cigarettes. When she pulled
they just had things in common.
He borrowed a cigarette, or I think she took him to church one day because, like I said, my brother was going through an emotional thing.
Sound like they was each other's play toy.
Yeah, and no, I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm not gonna say that. She didn't even get it like that. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, the bitch just went crazy
and caused all these problems.
Yeah, just from a little conversation. But I think it was just a whole rejection, and I think another term is narcissist. Yeah, she just was that type of mentality, like, so.
And she's young.
So when she got rejected, all that, she started. My family started recording as we walked in and out of the building. knowing that this woman went down there and was able to obtain a false protection order against my brother, and not only my brother, but my mother and my daughter, because she claimed that we tried to jump her in the office, in the rental office, which the rental office ended up being on her side because the girl in the office was friends with her. So that's how they ended up getting in it. They started harassing us. Like I said, she went through the community and was defaming our name and saying all these
That bother you?
horrible stuff about us. So then the rental office came in and started harassing us too, sending us false lease violations. I'm contacting the landlord. I'm sending the landlord email after email telling them, please, can you come help us? You know, these people are doing this at the apartment. They're doing that. They were slashing our tires. They was putting gum on our door.
Really?
They was knocking down our cameras.
This vehicle right here? This truck right here?
No, not this truck right here. But
did you get all your pictures and all your police reports?
I got all the evidence.
Okay.
So like I said, we was going around recording. Every day we walked out the building, we had to record ourselves because somebody was doing something. They sprayed pepper spray in the hallway when we walked out the door.
Right.
I mean, was slashing our tires. The lady in the leasing office wasn't doing nothing because she was friends with the girl. So like I said, the whole community of
talking about a
crackheads.
conflict of interest.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say it because it was a group of addicts. It was a whole apartment full of addicts and crackheads, and you know, like I said, I don't bash women that came out the shelter, but
right. But they was in their own world. They had a team.
Some of these women that I encountered were evil. They were doing a lot of projecting, like, oh, you know, you don't have custody of your kids. Like, girl, I got custody of my kids. This is some of the stuff that they were saying throughout the community. It was just some horrible stuff.
So did you get a chance to speak in court?
No, I never got my chance to speak in court.
So it was done unfair anyway.
So the apartment people, the lady in the leasing office was all friends with them. So they were sending us false lease violations, trying to evict us, wrongfully evict us. So I ended up trying to get legal aid into it. Legal aid shitted on me. And the reason why legal aid shitted on me is because one of the girls in the building worked for legal aid. So we didn't get no help with the eviction. They were trying to evict us for Facebook posts and stuff like that. So we like, you know, that's not in the lease. So how y'all gonna evict us for Facebook?
What do you
posts?
mean? They supposed to say you guys was posting stuff?
Yeah, they were trying to say our family was the perpetrators. Okay. So that's why they never. Did
they have any evidence that y'all did or no?
No, they never had anything. But he say, she said, and I had video evidence. And like I said, the females was mad because we was recording, but we were recording for our safety and for the evidence because we knew the rental office was doing nothing. I filed a VAWA, which is called the Violence Against Women's Act. I filed a VAWA, I think that's pronounced, while I was still there in the residence. So when it comes to that, if any victim is experienced domestic violence or any kind of violence, living in a HUD community, a HUD-funded building, they have their contracts where they have to abide by.
Right.
And they're supposed to relocate that person if they prove that they're a victim, if they face any kind of things, which I had. Oh,
really? I didn't know that.
Which I had a protection order on a few of the residents because they were harassing us and stalking us. But the landlord, Woda Cooper Company, violated our rights and never moved us and kept us on that property after I made 50 police calls in that year. I sent them 80 emails. They all ignored me. The police didn't do nothing. And I believe the police was connected with Woda Cooper Company because every time they came out, it was just like a laughing matter. Yes, the Columbus Police Department failed us. So come June 12th, 2023, after a whole year being harassed and stalked, humiliated through this whole bill. I mean, we was terrorized, tormented. I couldn't even have guests come over because they was tearing my guest cars up, scratching my sister's car up. I mean, just doing it. They had their kids terrorizing us. So come June 12th, 3 women that I had, one of them I had the protection order on. 2 days after she was served this protection order, I had got it granted for a year. 2 days later, she and 5 other people, 3 teenage boys and 3 women, lured my daughter and I outside of our apartment building by kicking on my daughter's door. My daughter had a Ring camera on her door. We were all at my apartment. 2 boys kicked on my daughter's door. My daughter seen it on her camera. She thought her door was kicked in. Yeah. She wakes me up like, Mommy, you know, come check, let's go check on my apartment. So I'm jumping up. You know, she just told me the boys was kicking at her door. So I jump up and, you know, locked the door and went outside and we walked to go
As
see
you
her
should.
apartment. And on our way out, we encountered a group of people, and we see the boys that she seen on camera. She seen the boy's mother. We went out there to try to approach the mother.
Was the mother your age? Well,
yeah, the mother was around my age. Yeah,
okay.
but
she wasn't reasonable.
She was another addict. She was another addict.
Okay, she wasn't reasonable either.
Actually, some of the kids were addicts. The teenagers.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, it sounded like this was bad.
Addicts. But as we tried to approach her to talk to her about her son, the whole crowd got irritated because the whole crowd, this was the same people, same residents that had been harassing us for the whole year. So as I seen the crowd jump up and, get irritated, spread, they saying some words, I pulled my daughter back in the door and was like, let's go back to I was going to call the police. And my daughter still insisted on checking on her apartment door. So we walked, instead of walking back to my apartment, we walked to hers. And when we walked to hers, that's when we were ambushed.
Okay.
4 people
They jumped
came,
on y'all?
Yeah, 4 people came from one door and 2 others came from the other end and cornered me and my daughter. And,
it was just the 2 of y'all?
Yep, just me and my daughter. And my daughter is...
Did y'all get hurt?
Yes. She was 24 at the time, and she's only like 120 pounds.
Wow.
Never been in a fight. My daughter's a bookworm.
Okay. Y'all have to go to the hospital or anything?
Never been in a fight. Not her whole life. Like, I raised her right. She's graduated with a 4.2 grade point average.
Yeah.
She's in college. Like, never had an argument in school. Never had a fight. Never had a girl jealous of her. So, you got a grown woman attacking my daughter. I'm 17 weeks pregnant. 17 weeks pregnant at this time. When these people assault us, robbed us, ambushed us. Yeah, they robbed us too. So when the people come in, one of the old lady, she's yelling at my daughter, talking about she's tired of us and calling me Dusty, and oh my Lord, guys, I'm gonna post pictures. But
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
But if y'all know the term Dusty, we're far from that. Like I said, these people were trying to project all this stuff on us, what they were, onto us. Like, I have custody of my kids. I always had custody of all 7 of my kids. My kids have never been in no trouble. My kids have graduated OSU, 2 of my daughters.
So you've done your part.
I've done my part.
And you've been a good mother and a good mentor.
From what I could tell,
and a good example.
Were jealous. These women were jealous because
that happens.
Yeah, they was not.
When your kids are moving and their kids aren't moving, even if you move different as a mother.
Because my kid's dad was in their life. Like, my kids, we have share custody or whatever. Gotcha. And he gets the kids and I get the kids. They were jealous of that. They were jealous that they seen him pull it up.
Because you had your shit in order.
Yeah, like, what the heck? Like, they jealous my kids is eating steak and lobster. Like, it was I could tell you a million things, but I'm not going to toot my own horn.
So let me ask you now,
a lot of females think that I'm conceited, but I've never been conceited. If you know me, I've never been conceited. Yes, I have high self-esteem, but from everything I've been through, I would want every female in the world to have high self-esteem. So they
be confident about yourself.
Yeah, so they don't walk around insecure and jealous, and then jealous and envy of the next chick. If you felt like I felt about myself, right. It would be more peace in the world. Honest to God, it would be more peace in the world.
Let me ask you. So, how your daughter's doing? How are they doing with it?
Like I said, my baby, she's 26 now.
How are they dealing with mentally? I know you're dealing with some things mentally.
Yeah.
And you're medicated and all that good stuff. But how are your children dealing with this process and moving forward with new neighbors and things of that nature?
I mean, my kids they're traumatized.
Okay.
Because they seen the stuff that happen every day, and they like, mommy, what's going on? Trying to see what's.
Yeah, this ain't part of the game.
They never see no evil like this.
Yeah.
I've always had my kids sheltered, and I'm very overprotective with my children. So they don't go sleep at people's house and even friends' house. I don't play that. Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that. Better to be overprotective than underprotective.
Yeah. So just seeing them and seeing me go through this, even the day that I got attacked, the people kicked me in my face, busted my eye up, busted blood vessels in my eye. I can't see out my eye. I don't have.
So this whole ordeal took you away from. Right now, you can't work.
Yeah, I can't work.
You can't. You pretty much.
I haven't been able to work. I've isolated myself.
And you're on medication
fear,
now.
Yeah. Panic attacks. I have panic attacks, anxiety, bipolar depression. So, yeah, it's bad, but you know, I'm still a mother. I still got to
You
live.
definitely are. And you know what else?
Yeah.
You're still a soldier.
Yeah, I still.
And you're showing up and doing this interview today, man. Open that door up and let everybody know that you're willing to be transparent. Because somebody else dealing with the same thing.
But
and we're gonna break this down to hopefully into 2 parts,
yes,
if we can. You know, we ain't gonna get out here and get ate up all night. Because right now they tearing me up. Trust and believe. They tearing me up. So maybe we'll shoot for maybe we'll shoot sometime next week.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I got a few things on my plate, man. Mary, I really appreciate you. First of all, I'm sorry for what you had to go through, and I'm sorry for the embarrassment that another set of brothers and sisters displayed to y'all.
Yeah.
And the example that they gave your children opposed to what your kids is trying to show people by working and going to school and staying out of the way.
Yeah.
So I apologize for that in them, and I commend you.
Yes, thank you.
You did what I'm saying?
Yes, thank
all right. Let me get a thumbnail picture of you, man, and we're going to get up out of here, all right?
Okay.
We out here staying connected with Mary. Let's go.